Alright, so I just explained how you can set up a event structure and how we can add events in there. Now I'm going to show you an example on how we can actually use or utilize an event structure. And I created this VI and it might come in familiar to you. So we're converting temperature Fahrenheit to temperature Celsius. And if I run this program right now, then you know that even though nothing is changing, by the way, I need to change these values. Uh, Alright, so you know that even though I'm not changing any values in temperature in Fahrenheit, it's still calculating the conversion at 10 times a second, which is not the biggest problem, but you know, depending on scale, if this calculation gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you don't want it to continuously calculate this outcome. You don't want it to you don't want to analyze the same result every time, because it just clogs up your CPU at a certain point, right? So we can use an event structure because honestly, we only once we did this calculation, I don't need to have I don't need to calculate it for 50 degrees Fahrenheit again. I only want to do the calculation again when I end up in 87, for example, Fahrenheit. Right. So how do we do that? We're just gonna create an event structure, and we're going to create an event structure around this temperature Fahrenheit. Right now it's in the timeout structure. This the timeout case. We can actually change this case. So we're just, instead of adding a new event, we're going to we're going to change this event. So we're going to edit this event. Right. So we select the edit right now. And as you can see, the event source is right now in the application timeout. So the input of the event structure. We're gonna change this into we want to have a value change in temperature in Fahrenheit. So we're going to the temperature in Fahrenheit and we're going to select value change. So you can see this event 0, what's going on here, is only going to be executed when the temperature in Fahrenheit is the value is changed. Alright, so just click OK. And alright, so that's it. We just changed the event case, so we can just get rid of this, by the way. And let me show you how it works. So if I run my program right now, you can see that it's really fast and smooth. So it calculates it really quickly. Alright, we're still having a problem because of the stop button. I'm gonna solve that later. Alright, so, but I can show you that with the, let's create an indicator here. Alright, so I can show you how often this loop actually runs. So if I run my program right now, you can see I'm not changing the value. So it's not this loop is not running, it's not calculating anything. But as soon as I change the value, you can see that the numeric value of this indicator, it changes. And that's because it only calculates when I change the value. So it's really responsive, but it's not using too much CPU power right now. Alright, but we still have the problem that if I press stop, I'm still waiting for this program to be executed. So let's just add a timeout function, or let's add a stop function. I'm gonna add an event case, and if the stop button, if the value change happens, I want this event or this case to be executed, and I can just unwire this stop button and just leave it in here, and I'm going to create a true constant here, and wire it up. Alright, so that means once I press this stop button, this event is going to be executed and this true value is going to be transported to this loop condition terminal. So if I run it right now, you can see I can do everything what I want, and as soon as I press the stop button, this event is executed and the true value is inserted into the loop condition and the loop is stopped. Alright, so this is a great example on how you can actually utilize these event structures. And you can make it as big as you want. You can add a lot of events in here. Alright, so in the next video I will show you a case structure, because so far we've been using case structures true or false, but there are more